Oh, damn. Okay, well, they're doing great.
This man's gonna die if we don't get him to a healer.
Martha, it's good to see you.
And you, Clive. Jill?
Otto said you'd been attacked by a Kashik. What exactly happened here?
Those skies are what happened. Not long after they fell dark, we had our first visit. There were hundreds of them. Tried to storm the hill. Only a handful made it up here, but that was more than enough. The rest are still down there now. And while we have a few willing fighters holding them back, they're sorely outnumbered. What do you think, Clive?
That we join the fight.
I thought you'd never offer. Now, where I need you is the Fallen Gate. That's where the fighting is fiercest. Let the men know you've come to help. Something tells me they'll be pleased to see you.
We're on our way.
Alright. The flames of war.
Do you think there were as many as Martha says?
Yeah, she's being nice. What's the Fallen Gate? This? Well, at least we could go do this. I think we came here once for a side quest, so we'll do that while we're here, since that's the only quest that we could do while we're here. Why is it called the Fallen Gate? Was there something here from the Fallen earlier? Very nice. Oh, looks fine to me.
Wounded.
Oh shit, all the monsters are Akashic now.
Deal with the Akashic.
Yeah. Even, it's not just like normal dudes or whatever, it's everything. Oh, I have the wrong icon on. I should have checked that first, knowing how this game is. Oh, that was beautiful. It was random. Alright. And it's a lot of them. It's like every enemy in this area that we fought before. So maybe all the normal enemies are gone now. We're just having a typical World of Ruin scenario in a Final Fantasy game. Nothing major. It will be what, the third time? The fourth time something like this happened? Nothing too hectic, you know. Okay. Dude, they keep giving me these same 2 or 3 crafting materials, man.
These men don't have the look of hired swords.
They're probably just whoever they could grab to defend them.
If you've come to rob this place,
You are mistaken, my Lord Rosfield. We're here by Madame Martha's leave.
how do you know my name?
Forgive me, my lord. There wasn't time for introductions. We're with the Guardians of the Flame.
Oh.
Men. But how did you come to be here? Where is your commander?
Sir Wade left earlier with a scouting party to find out where the Akashic were coming from.
Did he? Take your wounded back to the inn. Martha will see you're looked after. We'll join you anon.
Yeah, now we're gonna have to go find Wade. I guess all the characters are gonna come back for this. I imagine we're gonna have to deal with Odin, and then there's probably gonna be like one final arc to round it all out.
And to think you took them for thieves. A fine reward for holding off the horde, that is.
When did Wade and his men arrive?
Not long after Rosalith fell. The Guardians asked me to shelter some of them that had lost their homes. They were making ready to leave just as the skies turned, and we agreed it was best we stuck together.
Arthur! Trouble! The scouting party's almost at the lift, but they got a pack of Akashic snapping at their heels! And they got wounded with them! They're not gonna make it!
Damn it all.
We'll worry about them, Martha.
You look after everyone here. If any can still fight, send them to the lift.
I will. You two be safe now.
Yeah, I know. This is my job. I mean, at least they won't have the Imperials coming around and, you know, messing with them. There's just no more Imperial control. So, you know, you could argue bad to worse, but it's something, I guess.
Mad dogs.
Well, they kind of made it.
Squire, I need you to get those who can still walk up the lift to Martha's. But what about... I didn't ask, Oscar. Sir.
So Wade.
Lord Rossfield. If you aren't a sight for sore eyes.
Martha seemed to think you might need some help. And by the looks of it,
Yes.
We thought we could sneak by them. But we didn't know there would be so many. How could we have?
Behind you!
Damn it! We need to get the injured to safety.
Do you think we can hold them off?
we can certainly try. Are you with us, Sir Wade?
Always.
Then let's do our duty.
Okay. Wonder if they actually do any extra damage or anything, or, you know, if it's just typical. I think it's just typical damage now. Here, I'll kill the crabs first. Okay. You have to shuffle around to the front. Because you can't hit it otherwise. At least your counter move hits through, you know? That's one thing that's kind of annoying about some games where enemies have this, is like, well, then you just start bouncing off even with the counter move. Which doesn't really make any sense because it's supposed to be punishment for you, or, well, you know, not punishment. It's a reward for you actually dodging, and it's a punishment for them for allowing themselves to be whiffed, I guess. I don't know. One of the hunts was in Rosaria, I think, right? What? I fucking hate these enemies. Look at this, it's canceling. It, what? How did it cancel Thunderstorm? Dodge that. Oh, you can't step through it. Okay, it pushes you. Not bad. Rip. Thank you. I got it. Dude. Oh my god. It's not particularly dangerous. It just canceled most of my moves. Okay. Yeah, it eats the moves. I think if it hits a part of the shell that is weird and bounces off attacks, then it doesn't register it correctly. Alright, whatever, it's dead. Like, it's not hard, it just cancels your moves, because I guess the lightning hits the part of the shell that reflects, even though magic should hit it normally. So it just bounces off instead, and it cancels the rest of the move.
Is anyone hurt?
I don't think so.
And yet again, you've pulled me from the flames. It's just a pity I keep walking into them.
Yeah, it's just my job.
You've never been one to shy away from danger, Sir Wade. Like any shield worthy of the name.
I see you're all in one piece.
Martha!
Is something wrong?
The lookout saw smoke coming from down East Pool way. Too thick to be a hearth.
A second horde.
Feel like finishing the job.
Always.
Jill and I will make for East Pool. You'll need to move the injured without us.
Don't you worry about them.
The moment my men are safe, I'll follow. Good luck.
Alright, anyway. Can we teleport to the other side? I mean, I guess we just teleport back up just to save a little bit of space. Or a little bit of time, rather, not space. You don't have to go up the lift slowly.
Just watch me go.
Holy shit! It's the White Walkers!
They're headed for the rest.
We have to slow them down. Martha and the
Well,
others
that
will
was
control.
easy. I don't think you could do much better than 6. I think 6 is the maximum. Unless I hit exactly 6 there. Okay. That's fine. Actually, that's a reasonable amount of damage, I guess. Alright, maybe I will drink 1 potion just to... Oh, chocobos! No! Not the chocobos! Fuck! It should turn them red. It should turn them red with the blue veins. Now that would be funny, man. Alright, I deep fried that chocobo. Ow. Yeah, I think they actually give off blue blood. Yeah. Chocobos don't normally have blue blood, to my knowledge. I think Type 0 shows that he disintegrates. Okay. Type 0 shows that they have red blood, I think. Uh-oh. That cut to black was ominous, man.
Apologies, my lord. Did I miss anything?
Only the first round, Sir Wade. Shall we?
Okay. Well, the thistles didn't really do anything. We just have this thing again, the float eye. Uh-oh. Yank him. Dude, this is such a weird area because the camera angles are all fucked up. It didn't do the camera, like, the camera's like wedged in a weird way. Dead. Not yet, not yet. Just back up. There we go.
Nice try. It's over.
That was a photo finish right there. Damn. That was really good. Alright, anyway.
Do you see any more?
No. I think that was the last of them.
But it won't be long before the next lot arrive.
Then we make for Martha's while we can.
We're gonna find it overrun and finally destroyed. That would be very dark, very grim. Okay, no, we're fine. You never know. This game could have like a really dark twist. I'm surprised Jill is not dead yet.
What did you find out there?
The same as Sir Wade. Scores of Akashic.
Well, wherever they came from, they're gone now. Our lookouts say the lowlands are clear. Hopefully we'll have enough time to lick our wounds.
How many of your men were injured?
Damn sight less than if you hadn't turned up. Thank you.
It was a hard-fought victory. But as long as the skies remain dark, I fear the Akashic's numbers are only going to rise. It's not a matter of if the Horde will be back.
Just when. Yeah.
And whether that's sooner or later, we'll need to be ready. The inn here affords a good view of the land, and is easily defendable. I'd like to make this one of our outposts.
What do you say, Martha? You'd have more men to guard the rest.
Well, when you put it like that, of course they can stay.
Yeah, like why would she turn away free help? Alright, she just leaves. Wonder if this is the last time we'll see Sir Wade, you know? Because he was kind of a side character, but, you know, he's been around the whole game, kind of, in one way or another. The Guardian Scarf, displayed in Clive's chambers.
My lord, there's someone I'd like you to meet. Oscar, over here.
Imperial?
It is an honor to make your acquaintance, Lord Rosfield. I am Oscar. Oscar of House Murdoch.
Murdoch.
Oh, yeah. He had
I wasn't
maybe a
aware
nephew
your
or
commander had
something,
children.
maybe?
Oh, he didn't.
Yes, okay.
His brother, my father, did. I am Sir Rodney's nephew. Well, go on then. It's not for me to ask him. Yes, Sir Wade. If it please you, my Lord Marquis, might you take me as your squire? I would learn the duties of a shield from the finest.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Oscar, but I'm a shield no longer. Nor was I ever the finest. And spending time in the company of an outlaw hardly seems a fitting education for one aspiring to take his oaths.
My Aunt Hannah once told me that a man is not defined by his title, but what he does in its name. You have accomplished much since taking on the mantle of Cid, winning no little honor in so doing. And I would sooner serve under an honorable outlaw than an unworthy shield. Not that Sir Wade and the other guardians are... I mean to say that...
Look at this dude. He's too happy to be in this part of the game.
There is only so much the boy can learn from me, my lord.
But a squire.
Would that really be so bad? You were a squire once. And I'm certain Sir Rodney would approve.
I mean, what could we even have him do?
Know that I'll show you as much
Yeah.
leniency as your uncle showed me.
I would not have it any other way.
So what does he do? Okay. The party makeup. Is he actually a party member? Please say yes. No, he's not. Okay. I was going to say, that would be hilarious. Okay, so I guess while we have this quest going on, we cannot progress any other quest at all. See, so basically, if you don't do these 3 quests while you're about to do, you know, before you go off and go into the twin side, That's it. Once you talk to Goots outside of it, you're basically railroaded into the next almost 2 hours of gameplay. You can't go back and do these. Well, we could go back and do this, I guess. Now, luckily it's not missable, but you see how easily this would have been a missable if this game was like 20 years older. Very easily this could have been a set of missables you would have, you know, missed out on, I guess, for lack of a better way of putting it. If you don't know to do this exactly then guess what? You're screwed. Yeah, all the monsters are Akashic now. Well, here I was saying that, oh, it's cool that, you know, the levels kind of matter. You know, monsters don't randomly just get higher level or whatever. Yeah, that's done. Maybe I'll replace Wicked Wheel. Oh, fuck. Damn, they really don't give up.
Well, it's certainly quiet. If I were a giant antelope, it would seem like just the place.
Are you sure about that?
I doubt we'll find one bigger than that. You hungry, Torgal?
Oh my god! These poor antelopes. Alright, and again. Very nice. I guess the other one died. They were fighting him. So, you know, basically you kill like 5 enemies, your AI kills like 2. That's pretty fair. I mean, it's not, but you know, for gameplay reasons it is.
No. Will it be enough, I wonder? I say that answers my question. Which means we owe the lawsmen our thanks. You're just a big puppy, aren't you? A very big puppy.
Yep.
You do know you can take that with you, Torgal.
Woof.
Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you got your appetite back. Come on, boy.
Alright, that's the only one we can do for right now. Let's go to Dalamil, I guess. Since, oh no, wait, there was one, where was it? In, what was it? The Quiet Sands. Which was probably down by the beach? Where are the Quiet Sands? There you go. Okay, so we have to go back to Port Isolde.
Let's go.
And it's like the next area. It's probably like around that big circle. Yeah, it's a shame. There's like no towns to explore either. Like there's nothing to really go through or to do anything in. I think that's the one thing I would say is I wish that this game was more open world. Like it's got a solid combat system other than like a couple of little control things. Just with a few tweaks to that, it would be really perfect in combat. So like the combat is solid as fuck, but then like a lot of it is just mid afterwards. Oh great, it's 3 of them. Sweet. I think that would be like the biggest change, right? Add in some of those overworld mechanics. The Magath brothers. Or are they Akashic or just dickheads? Oh, they have names. No, it's the Magus sisters, reborn as brothers. Oh shit! Ow! 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 Ow!
But not for long.
Yeah, Mindwid, Sandwid, and what? Sindwid, probably. Ah, too late. Oh wow, that's really fast. I'm gonna limit break early. Basically, you cannot get hit by the Last Crusade at all. If you get hit by it, you're fucked. I wonder if you could block all three of them. Alright, got it. We just need to kill them as quickly as possible, just one of them specifically. Yeah, you definitely can't get hit by that. That hurts a lot. Alright, he should be dead now. Alright, broke him by accident. I shouldn't even use that move, but I'll take it. This game is so stupid, man. They let you do so much weird shit in it. This the one that you can parry? I forget exactly what move you can always guarantee parry. That one. That's exactly the move. Even without knowing it's coming, if you just mash it out, it's really easy to take advantage of that. Oh, you cannot dodge that fast. Okay. Oh shit. Alright, you need a reasonable amount of timing for it. Okay, well he's dead too. Parried him by complete accident because I killed his brother. I guess if they were like, if we're gonna make Ultima into a man, we can make him into a man as well, or this entire family into men. Why not? The Magath brothers, and then instead of using magic, they just swing axes around the whole time. That's kind of funny, actually. It's a complete inversion of what they normally are. It's good to see them brought back again, because they're in 4, and then they're in 10, and now they're in 14. They're usually not in a lot. Oh yeah, okay, well, somewhere in there is the timing to do that. Too early. Anyway, he's dead. That's funny. I actually like that. I gotta go buy high potions, though. At least you could heal while getting hit. Imagine if you couldn't heal while being recoiled. You would just die.
No more war.
Alright, so other than delivering the Star Ruby to her, that's it. So now we might as well go to either Northreach or Dalamil. I guess we could just go to Dalamil then. Where is this? Oh, there's a secret passageway over here, huh? Okay. Alright. Let's go to Dalamil. Oh, maybe I should have hit up a shop first. Oops. I forgot. Hopefully I'll be able to do it before I have to fight.
Fucking leave
Is there even a shop here anymore? Yeah, it's at the other end. Okay.
If I had my pickaxe, I would.
Oh, my finest.
Are you looking for something in particular?
The platinum sword? Yeah, we passed that ages ago. Let's see. The breath of lightning reduces. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't altered any of my stuff in a while, to be honest.
Here you are. An excellent choice.
Oops. There you go.
Here you are.
We almost should just buy 2 elixirs just in case. Maybe I'll do that. If we get to like the actual final boss, then I'll just buy 2 elixirs and I'll equip it over the Lionheart tonic. Like the Lionheart tonic is probably really good. If you really use Limit Break more offensively, which I guess I should, because it is, you get it back really fast in this game. This is probably the fastest Limit Break generation ever.
Sid, your new companion appears much more formidable than your uncle. Should I be worried? You haven't been.
Yeah, you were absent for this arc.
Jill, Clive has told me much about you.
All lies, I'm sure.
Your Stolas said that Dalamil has a bandit problem.
Indeed. Although you're a little late. They left with our food and guild days ago. Any idea where they went? The desert's a big place. Your guess is as good as mine. But the fact is, I have more immediate concerns.
What did you say to me? What did you say?
What?
As if by magic. Let's just say we've yet to reach a consensus about how to solve Dalimil's little problem. And at this rate, it won't be the actions of the bandits which prove to be our undoing. It will be our own. I've tried reasoning with the dissenting parties, but even the Desert Hare has limits.
Perhaps we could talk to them.
What makes you think they'll listen to us?
What makes you think they won't?
She makes a
Ah, that we're outsiders for starters.
time if you fail.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
across the courtyard.
Down the wabbit hole.
Suppose we just follow the shouting.
They have zero reason to listen to us. Especially since we're kind of the cause of the problem. A little bit. Alright, now fight.
You wouldn't talk like that if it had been your men whose throats were slit. Blood for blood, it's the only way. We hire mercenaries and have them mount the bandits' heads on our walls as a lesson to the rest.
And what happens when those mercenaries are slaughtered like your men? Are you going to hire more? We're better off using that coin to buy food and supplies. If we hire mercenaries, the only thing we're buying is the bandit's ire. And you cannot fill empty bellies with that. Do you hear me?
But what happens when they come back? Maybe it'll be your throat that's slit.
That's enough. Both of you. Any more of this and I'll throw you out myself. Come back when you're ready to talk like adults.
Victor.
Alright, there you go. I didn't have to say anything.
Sid. And Lady Jill. What brings you here?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Costness is in chaos, and the markets have all but ceased to operate. The Briar's Kiss here in Dalamil is the only place I can reliably obtain supplies. I was here to do just that when Master Lubor told me of his troubles. He thought I might be able to talk some sense into these fools. But if you're here, I suppose his patience must be waning.
Who are those people?
Those were the thorns in Lubor's side. And the reason this place might be headed the same way as Costness. These are cursed skies. The darkness is enough to drive a man to madness. Or an entire city, for that matter.
We're still working on the skies. But in the meantime, perhaps we can find a solution to Dalamil's problems.
I hope so. For all our sakes.
Alright, anyway, see you later.
Haven't we had...
People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
Oh, we can do it now. Okay. It's kind of weird that, you know, this one you can do, but the other one you can't even pay her the ruby even after you've cleared out, you know, everything. So, that's interesting.
My reputation will be ruined. Ruined!
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac, I beg of you, before you do yourself a mischief.
On the intrusion, but...
Out! Get out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be disturbed. Leave me be!
Please, allow me to apologize. His lordship is going through a difficult time, and he's never been fond of guests arriving unannounced.
Radim! Get rid of the filthy oaf this instant!
Very good, Lord Ignac. Would you mind stepping outside for a moment?
I'm sorry if I've caused you any trouble.
That? Oh, no, no. That's just how his lordship is. Though the morning's events have left him somewhat fractious. He's been dispossessed of his luggage, you see. The thieves also made away with a considerable amount of coin. Coin the innkeeper will soon be keen to collect.
And I'd suppose a certain blade was among the stolen items. A single-edged sword. It was purchased from a merchant friend of mine.
Ah, you know Lady Karen. Yes, I'm afraid it was.
And I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage. But I have one condition.
The blade's mine.
But to state it, you are welcome to anything that is within my power to grant.
I want an audience with Lord Ignac. A few minutes should be enough. Then I'll be on my way.
A condition I would be a fool to refuse. Of course, you shall have your audience.
I don't suppose you saw where the thieves went.
I did not, no. Though some discreet inquiries made on his lordship's behalf mean that I know where you might find them. The bandit's bed. Every ill-gotten coin in Dalamul is said to pass through that disreputable corner of the Valcroy.
And that's where I'm heading.
I shall speak to Lord Ignac in your absence, and arrange for an audience upon your triumphant return.
That will be very kind of you.
Farewell, and best of luck.
Yep, don't worry, I got this. What was it, bandits in a corner of the map? Oh, yeah, we've been up here, yeah! I wonder if this works now, the Hand of Titan. Especially since we haven't found any more of them. Maybe it's like extra challenge fights or something, I don't know. Yeah, there's no teleport up there. I guess we could have gone from Costness, but I didn't, so oh well. There you are.
Run like the wind.
It's weird they call it gallop. I know chocobos are supposed to be kind of like two-legged chicken horses, but I don't know if gallop is exactly the word I would use. I guess the Akashic plague hasn't spread here yet, which is why we see that the monsters here are still normal. Oh, that would have been bad. We actually don't need to go this way. We go around this way. Was it Desert Rose or... No, it was Wild Rose. I don't know why I always get that mixed up. Oh, great. Well, the other one's in Sanbreque, right? Well, what the hell is this supposed to be? Just an Akashic Coral, okay. So now this part of the story, we're probably going to figure out exactly what it is the Fallen were doing. And where Ultima and anyone who works under Ultima where they come from and what they want specifically. Well, they already state he wants to remake everything. He needs Mythos to do so. Oh, great! We just killed one of you. The innkeeper. They call me the innkeeper because I put him to sleep. Oh, shit. I really wish changing target was not click. It's always so weird.
Nice try.
Look at that, I already have almost full limit break. Parried, nice, staggered. Yeah, I should have limit broke there. I don't know why I didn't. Got it. Almost late. Die. Got it.
This must be Ignac's luggage. Nothing seems to be damaged. All right. Let's get it back to Dallamil.
I hear I have you to thank for the return of my effects. What shall I call you, my good man?
Wyvern. Glad to make your acquaintance.
Can't believe he's using that name, yeah.
Indeed. Well, Wyvern, I appear to be in your debt.
I guess he doesn't want it to be traced back that he took the sword. Yeah.
Is that all?
A few moments of your time should suffice, yes.
You're a peculiar fellow, Wyvern. All right, speak.
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him about a certain single-edged sword you recently acquired.
Oh, a true work of art, that one. Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here to get my hands on that sword. It was made in the Outer Isles, far beyond the Twins, and is used exclusively
Yeah, it's a
by
katana.
practitioners of a unique school of swordsmanship. They believe no combat should ever exceed a single strike, and hone their blades to such perfection that none ever does. Each sword is made for that one perfect stroke, and for that stroke only. They crack upon a second blow. There's a brutal sort of beauty to it, really.
But how do they hone such an edge?
They literally make one-time use swords.
Fine question. Why, they use a whetstone, of course. Whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, ranging from the coarse to the fine. 10,000 licks with the sharpening stone, then 10,000 more. But it is the final stone which lends the blade its legendary sharpness. A mineral quite foreign to this great realm of ours. And that
What, or a chalcum?
the secret ingredient.
Mithril, adamantite.
Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hardly equal to services rendered. Take this, together with my regards. The very stone of which I spoke, far rarer among collectors than even the blade itself. And a far more fitting payment.
So there are islands outside of the Twins. I wonder what they're going through right now.
However, it is long past time we prepared ourselves to depart.
So it is. I am locked in bitter competition with a rival collector of curiosities. I am one step ahead of the unscrupulous scoundrel, but he is hard at my heels.
There are many other collectors out there.
Yeah, tons.
Too many to count, but only one do I consider.
Oh my god.
This is Lord Byron Rosfield.
Good thing we used a pseudonym.
Perennial.
He's like, oh shit.
I can imagine.
Farewell, Wyvern. May our paths cross again. Radim, we mustn't dawdle.
Alright, we're leaving.
I think his lordship is rather taken with you, Master Wyvern. Thank you again for your assistance. Coming, my lordship. I'll be right there.
Wow, what a shit post. What kind of side quest do I get up to?
Byron to find such an interesting rival. Now, let's see what Blackthorn makes of this Whetstone, shall we?
Okay, we go back to... Okay, so let's do the... Wait, oh no, we didn't aid them in their problem. Whoops. I thought that was their problem. I totally forgot.
So, you see my predicament?
What I saw was a room full of people who were angry and afraid. And with good reason by the sound of it. But if left to smolder, that anger and fear could set the entire town alight.
My thoughts exactly. What to do? Both sides wish to protect their homes and livelihoods, if only they could agree on how. But as long as they are divided, we are vulnerable.
And if there's one thing bandits like, it's an easy target.
What would Sid the Outlaw suggest?
Well, if it were my namesake, he'd let them choose for themselves, and be on hand to pick up the pieces when it all went wrong.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
A recipe for disaster is precisely what it is.
Yeah, it's indecisiveness, but yeah.
That realization would be enough to make them question the ingredients. While it's plain neither Conrad nor Natalie will countenance the other's proposal, it may still be possible to make them doubt their own. Before presenting them with a third option.
And that would be?
To pool our resources and save the city ourselves. Why fight each other?
When all that fear and anger can be directed at the bandits.
It appears we have a plan of action. Victor, pay Conrad a visit. See if you can't convince him of his folly. I'll speak with Natalie.
As you wish.
Your faces are not well known in this town. That may prove useful. Don't worry, Victor and I will do most of the talking. You need only play along.
Play along.
What he means to say is yes.
Alright, anyway, sure. What are they gonna do? Pick a fight with us or something? Alright. Help recruit Conrad and Natalie.
Trick, Conrad. Your own city guard. With you as captain.
Me? I don't know about that.
Yeah, see, he's gotta like that. You get to be the captain. You get to call the shots. Why did the sunlight get really intense?
Here she is. The Lady of the Spear herself. Conrad. May I introduce you to Jane? Commander of the Red Wings.
The Red Wings.
In the Free Cities.
A pleasure, my lady.
The pleasure is all mine.
As I told you, I summoned the commander here from Canberra to inquire about a contract.
Victor says you told him no. That there aren't any men left to hire. Is that true?
True as the crystals cracked. Nobles came and claimed every last one worth his salt. And not just from us Red Wings. You know of the 7 high houses. There must be 2 swords assigned each one. Granted, we have a few boys left. If it's boys you're looking for.
Well, Conrad, are you saying that Dallam's finest cannot defend this town better than a gaggle of unblooded striplings? that a band of beardless youths could better avenge the deaths of your brave men than you yourselves?
Absolutely not. We'll show those bastards who they're dealing with.
Well, there you have it. Easy. He's an
I
idiot.
believe that actually worked.
Conrad's not what you called the brightest candle in the crypt.
Ah,
There's a
yep.
reason why
Very
he
nice.
had you do the talking and not Sid. Well played, my lady.
All right. Well, that was easy. All that heat and smoke he was packing for the other lady, and he barely had anything. He's like, you know what? I am strong. I have 2 arms. I can do this. He's gonna die.
If I had my pickaxe, I would.
All right, now for you, give me all your food. We're splitting it apart.
Survived something. Ah, here he is now. Natalie, allow me to introduce Lord Underhill of Randalar's prestigious League of Merchants. Lord Underhill, at your service.
Underhill.
I was just telling the good lady of our conversation, my lord, and how you were lamenting the state of the capital's stores.
Lubor says that not only are the granaries almost empty, but that war and the blight mean this season's harvest won't be enough to fill them for winter.
Yeah,
Indeed,
basically.
That is.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah.
The nobles in the capital are buying up the city's stocks of barley and wine, driving the prices higher than most commoners can afford. It is only a matter of time before the peasants revolt. It is worse than I thought. If what Lord Underhill says is true, I fear we have little hope of supplementing our stores, meager though they regrettably are. And while I applaud your endeavors to dissuade our more bellicose citizens from seeking vengeance, I sense Conrad is not wrong in his assessment of the bandits' likely return. Which means that now, more than ever, we will need to secure what little we still have. Food, weapons, herbs, everything. If our humble town is to endure not only this hardship, but those that are certain to follow, we must stand united.
All right.
Yeah, whatever.
I hope to protect my home. I'll do it. But you needn't have gone through this charade.
Thank you, Clive. Your performance was nothing if not workmanlike. She saw right through it. That doesn't seem good, merely that it produced the desired effect. Now, my scouts should be returning shortly. Meet me back at the Briar's Kiss, and we shall see what we face.
Somehow it worked, but whatever.
I'm not convinced our roles in this ruse were entirely necessary.
I don't know. Conrad seemed quite taken with you.
Mummy, I'm scared.
Oh, I'm ruined.
Good news, Sid. Both Conrad and Natalie have somewhat gracefully accepted their new roles.
What's the bad news?
They may even learn to.
Time no longer appears to be the luxury it was before lunch. I take it your scouts found the bandits. Technically, it would be the bandits who found my scouts. It appears they march for Dalamil as we speak. All of them.
You're not serious.
They don't
I'm
just
dead serious.
want the whole damn town.
Seems like Conrad was right.
To ask. I'm told the bandits march in 2 groups, one from the south and one from the desert, in a move doubtless intended to stretch our already gossamer thin defenses. Very well. Jill and I will meet those from the desert. But what of the rest? The rest, my friend, the city shall fight. Together. The stakes, I concede, are high. But if this does not unite Dalamil, nothing will.
That is a lot of faith to put into those who had their hands around each other's throats but a moment ago.
Then it will be for us to see that their hands are kept occupied. And I do mean us.
I thought you might say that.
We'll hold them off for as long as we can. And we will do the same.
Alright, very nice. So this is cool. This should have been like a part of 15, when 15 has a similar sequence at the end of the game. Instead of, you know, being hyperlinear. Oh, shit.
The women folk have come to welcome us.
Hey, I don't look like some of these other protagonists. Clive's a man. Clive might have one of the most manly designs in this series in a long while. There you go. Really? This is it? There you go. Okay, never mind. That's not it. Alright, he didn't even bother protecting that other dude. He was like, you're not worth it. You're just dead already. Now I'm just playing Dynasty Warriors. Alright, how long till they send in the big boy? You know they have one of those. Everyone does. Oh shit, here he is. I meant the fat one, but I'll take the slim one. Why not? Okay, here we go. Ow. That one probably breaks the guard, so that's why I wanted to dodge the last hit. Oh, you can't block it. Okay. I kind of want to see if you could block Poison Mist. Yeah. No, you can't. It's a guaranteed break. Oh, that's funny. That's actually really funny, man. It's a shame. You should be able to block air. Why not? It's a fantasy game, damn it. Everyone's saying that that's not realistic. What is realistic in this? Is any of this realistic? What do we draw the line at? Oh shit, I was late. Anyway. Bothers me more that someone's spitting it out at you than it's actually poison. Alright, well that was easy.
The townspeople. Could they have held out?
I don't hear any fighting. What do you think?
Then we should hurry.
That's not hurrying. That's we get there when we get there.
Natalie, I owe you an apology.
Deep down, I really love you.
The inn would have been lost had you not held the line.
Without you, there would have been no line to hold. You saved us, Conrad. You saved Alamil.
We all saved Alamil.
Conrad seems to have had a change of heart.
I'd say they both have.
I take it from your presence that our visitors from the desert won't be joining us either. Pity.
The plan worked, Sid. Granted, it only took an army of bloodthirsty bandits at our gate.
And now everyone's made up.
I quibble over the details. We are united, and that is all that matters. As for you, Sid, you fight considerably better than you act. I'll take that as a compliment.
Very nice. It's probably like the last finale for a lot of these arcs, even though I wouldn't really even call them arcs. We were here for maybe like an hour, not even, and then we went to go kill Titan. I don't know. We're getting a lot of these powers really late into the game, so it's kind of weird. All right, well, I mean, we're done here, so now we just go to Northreach. Oh, visit the final sting. Okay. My favorite move.
Mummy. The gentleman of the town.
Where's the... why is the potion makers out in the back? I always forget this.
Anything I can interest you in? Here you are. An excellent choice.
There you go. I mean, I guess now we can go through here. I guess we might as well try it, right? Yeah, let's explore some of this since we haven't really done it yet. I mean, as you can see, there's going to be more. There's Titan's Wake. There was something... oh, here we go, Vamar. Yeah, remember this? Okay, so there's no fast way down there, so we are going to have to run through the hole, I guess. Okay. Yeah, that's... I told you there was going to be a hunt there or a quest or something, and it's there now, so let's go get it. Amazing.
Ready to go? Faster!
You know, I always wanted a game that had a mode where, like, it would remove all animations and every model would just be in the T-pose. But I figure, like, with the way that just things are on both the internet and just in general, someone would be like, wow, this game sucks so bad, there's no animations or whatever, you know? And so, like, I think that it's cool they have the things in the top left, so, like, they could just enable, like, a T-pose mode, like, on the bottom right or something. But, you know, I don't know. It'll be weird. I just think it'll be funny to have people run around T-posing and doing nothing. And the reason I say that is because I used to play a lot of Counter-Strike Source. And one of the things in Counter-Strike Source is that when you play, like, surf mods or stuff where you don't have a weapon equipped, you just T-pose the whole time. I miss those days. I really do. Maybe when Go gets its new big update, I'll try to see, you know, what's going on with, like, you know, zombie escape and stuff, but it's probably not going to be much, which makes me sad. Those are some of the most fun, like, experiences I had, especially playing, like, PC gaming. That and, like, early StarCraft 2 with, like, Rainer's Party and shit was hilarious, man. My friends and I, we used to play Modern Warfare 2 until the Xbox part of our group of friends would leave, and then the rest of us would get on StarCraft. And we would just, like, shoot the shit on StarCraft and stuff. That was a long time ago. That was over a decade ago. Is this it? We gotta go south.
No mistakes.
What are these things called again? Bighorns. They're called Aurochs in 14. That's what I remember distinctly. They actually show up in the Monster Hunter quest.
No need to ride from here.
Okay. Let's save. I mean, it's a little bit too late to make a new save now. I already overwrote last stream, so whatever. I already rendered those videos, but you never know, right? Like, just in case, I try not to. The 10 of clubs.
God's forsaken soul, eh? Only those.
First move is a counter. This should deal a lot of will damage. I think that's how you would make it more balanced, you know? Oh, shit. You have it deal a bunch of will damage. Especially if you have to counter multiple in a row. Every time you counter an additional move before doing something else with it, you should get like a little bit extra damage or something, or, you know, will damage. Because you could just make it will damage and then that just makes the fights go faster. It doesn't mean like you... Oh, shit. Fuck. Ow. I haven't fought one of these guys in a while. I think they're different from the other wielders, the other big dudes. Ow. What not, Garuda? This dude. Thank you. You might be able to block that. Here I come! Yeah, second one. Can you block this? Yes. They really shouldn't change the camera for that, though. I don't like moves that change the camera. I think I've been pretty consistent about that over the years. Because if you're looking for cues from one angle, then you have to, like, look from another one. There you go, got him. I mean, I guess it gives you good limit break to do it, but I would prefer will damage, honestly. Just to make the fights go a little faster. Shit, well, that's fine. That's not a big deal. That's just a little damage if it pierces through. Okay, and this, and this. Easy. What was he? He was only B rank though. I think the other ones were A rank. I kind of did them in the reverse from what I remember, you know, picking up the, or you don't pick it up, but you know what I mean, looking at the leaflet for. All right, not bad.
A deserter turned outlaw. Maybe worse than nothing he knew.
All right. I mean, there's nothing else to do down here. Everything's blocked. Inaccessible, inaccessible. So, like, is it worth exploring the Southern Velcroy? I mean, I guess we could, just for case in point, right? So that way we could say we tried everything to see how open the game was, you know. No one can say I didn't.
You fought very bravely. The safety of the town is in our hands.
Okay. Yeah!
Let's go.
Faster!
All right.
Yeah, one of these themes sounds like the Eureka theme. Someone posted a Twitter video about that. It just sped up and it's, you know, obviously more... The Eureka roaming theme was kind of just chill, you know? There's not really... It wasn't a lot. You know what I mean? Is this it? Yes. Draco's Deep. Where the hell does this even go? What the fuck is this? Leitney's Cleft? How do we even get there? I don't even... This is interesting. Okay. Nope. It's a shame we didn't come here earlier to see how it looks, you know, before the sky turns. This isn't even blood red, nor is it like deep purple. It's just a color.
No mistakes.
Hello. What the fuck? Sure, what's this? Here we go. We found another one of these. A chronolith.
This one's awake.
Chronoliths are similar to the Arret Stone in that within them is hidden a virtual battlefield accessible by Clive and Clive alone. Each chronolith presents Clive a time trial in which he must combat continuous waves of deadly enemies equipped only with the feat and abilities of a single icon.
Let's see what's inside.
And probably the first one that's active. We can only use Garuda. Okay. Do we at least get to equip which abilities we have? We need the trial. You must defeat all enemies before time runs out using only predetermined feat and abilities of a single icon. Time can be extended by performing certain battle techniques specified before the start of each trial phase. Shift combo. How do you shift? I guess that's for Phoenix. Yeah, deadly combo. Getting a full gouge off. Precision dodge. Multi-burst. Ability finish, deadly takedown, triple wheel. So hitting 3 enemies with triple wheel, or with wicked wheel. Okay. Sure. You have to get off a full gouge. Alright. There you go, 15 seconds. So basically you want to use that on the big dudes as much as possible. I didn't get the triple. I think the cancel there is intentional, by the way. That you can cancel out of that really quickly. Very nice. Whee! Getting a triple wheel is going to be very tough. They have to all be grouped together, like, perfectly. Okay. I don't know how I'm supposed to get this. These guys take a while to kill.
Nice try.
There you go. Okay, that's completely accidental. I think that limit breaking extends your parry window. Alright, he's fucked. Somehow I ended up with more time than I had when I started that. Alright, I'll take it. Sure, why not? Well, that's only stage 1. It probably gets way harder than this. Yeah. Okay. Oops. I wonder how many stages they all have. So this is where you want to upgrade all the different things. So maybe if you fail from here, you get to restart from a future stage. Rook's Gambit. Jump back, then deliver a punishing counter. If the jump evades an attack, counter potency is increased. Okay, I've never used this move before. Like that. But you have to be close enough to actually hit them. I don't have it yet. Okay, it recharges fast. Okay, I see. Got it. Thank you. It was too early. It's the same timing as a normal dodge, I think. I got the wrong one. Oh well. No, he died. Okay. You know what? This works. Very nice. Ow. Wow, okay. You know, I've never been good with, like, dodge counter moves. I'll be honest with you, I prefer when it's more just, like, passive dodging. So, like, Xenoblade dodging or something, where I don't have to really worry about that. Ooh, oh. Oh, he's considered a big guy? Oh, it's a ninja. What's right, son? It's differently colored now. There you go. I'm gonna limit break. I'm just gonna limit break when I'm full here. Oh, okay. It's not just a teleport. I mean, I have 2 minutes to kill him from this HP. I think I can do this. Oh! Okay, and that's it. Very nice. I feel like stage 2 is easier than stage 1. Okay. Let's do it. Probably goes to like stage 10. Could you imagine? What do we have now? Rook's Gambit and area. Oh, great. They just remove all your good moves. Okay, well, at least you can upgrade it ahead of time. I mean, I really don't feel like upgrading stuff. You never know. Like, I'd probably try to do this. Oh, no, you can't even upgrade from here. Okay. You know what? They just give it to you. Yeah, they just upgrade it. Yeah, because, what is it? Learned, upgraded, and then mastered. So they just give you the best ability of it anyway. Ow. Oh, well, this is going great. Well, I dodged that somehow. Ultra Instinct. I haven't fought one of these since the beginning of the game, so I don't really remember what its moveset is.
Nice try.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes I don't even notice that. I just think it's like a parry. I know the parry slows time, but it feels the same, you know? Especially if you're attacking when it happens. Bucking bull. He's gonna jump at me, isn't he? Yes. I feel like I fell for that before. Too early. Let's see this. We haven't done aerial blast yet. Okay. Good old limit breaks. Can't see shit. That's the point. It's rule of cool. You're not supposed to be able to see anything. There's gonna be another big boss. This is just to waste time. All right. Oh shit, they summoned Chuparna? What? Okay. That's great. Shit, I forgot to fight them. Alright, well, we staggered him. Ow. I'm just gonna use aerial blast as soon as I can, basically. There you go, pull. And then break. I don't know, maybe it'll do more damage if I'm limit broken while I use it. I can't even see what the fuck is happening. Wow, okay, well, killed her. She was stuck down for so long, they just were like, ah, whatever. Depleted. Dude, there's another rank above this? Sure. The final stage, but I have no limit break and I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna give me. This is not gonna be great. A curl. With no time left either. They give you Gouge and Aerial Blast. Okay. Defeat the Trial Proctor before time runs out. Well. I don't remember this move. Shit. Being hit is worse than anything, just because you can't do anything. Are you immune during this? Maybe. Oh, you cannot see shit, man. Yeah, I don't have enough time to do this. If I had limit break, maybe I could, but I'm halfway done. Shit. I parried him. Holy shit. Well, that's gotta be worth something. That wasn't a full one either. I don't think I can do it. Yeah, I don't have enough moves. I'm gonna be real close. So basically, if I had maybe another 30 seconds, I could have done this easily. Oh well. It's close. That's hard, actually. So you basically need to perform the first 3 stages perfectly, and then if you perform the first 3 stages perfectly, you have enough time to do it. Well, I'm not gonna try again. That's fine. So if you have like 4 minutes banked up, even just 3, that would be very easy to do. If you do every Rook's Gambit perfectly as well, then that also makes it really easy. What? Oh. Alright, let's see what else there is. Yeah, because this is a dead end. So I guess all the hands are active. The Hand of Dione, the Hand of Titan. Let's go over here. And I only did that well because I'm familiar with Garuda. That's like one of the ones I use the most. Yeah, does this go along the whole coast? No, it's just an abandoned fishing village.
Back to the stables, Carl.
Yeah, we were able to see this. We're finally down here.
This must have been a fishing village before everyone left.
Can't say I blame them. There's nothing of value left. Thank you. Nice. So I wonder how you grind to like max level. I'm assuming the max level's 99. Like if we're getting close to the finale, or like, you know, much closer than we were just a few days ago. I mean, like, we're only level 34. I definitely could not see us getting above like 50. And I'm being very lenient with that. So I wonder how, you know, like how you grind all the way up to max level. Maybe you just have to fight random fights, or maybe there's like a couple enemies at the end game that are really juicy and you just farm those out. Every game does this differently. It's just usually with most games, like, I mean, I don't know, to be fair, in 15 you don't even need to be 99 to do like a lot of the end game stuff, because there really isn't much end game stuff, to be honest with you. So I don't know, every Final Fantasy does it differently. In 6, you actually don't have to be too high of a level. I believe it is possible. I'd have to look up a playthrough of it, but I believe it is possible to beat 6 with only the 3 mandatory party members at the end of the game, which includes skipping Sabin, which most people do not do. you also kind of have to know to skip him a bit. You're kind of driven to find him a little bit by the game. How far does this go? You know, it would be nice if there was like a fast travel somewhere. Oh, you know what? Yeah, this opens up at some point. Okay, I was gonna say, because this is a long way to run. We've been running since we left the jaw, basically. So that comes later. We probably have like one more reason to come back here. Big Boss Arena. It's not suspicious at all. That's it. Steel silk. Alright, so there's not really anything out here, it seems. Maybe later there'll be like an S rank here. So at least we know where to find it, you know? Okay. Well, with that, I mean, we could go right. Do you think we're finding anything major? Probably not. Like I said, this game is pretty straightforward. So, I guess we might as well just go aid Northreach. Wait, what was over here again? Oh, we can't do it yet. Okay.
First, we can find Isabel.
Heard a bloke saying he saw ghosts on the far side.
I saw it with my own eyes.
It's a shame. It's a wonder anyone even remained here, honestly. I mean, I guess it's their home, right? But, like, if there's nothing going on, I mean, then there's nothing going on.
I can't do it. I can't.
The lonely soldier.
Lord, milady.
We received the dame's message. There have been sightings of strange creatures, I understand.
With the blue eyes. Yes. Like a Kashik, but different. They've taken so many. I've lost count.
Akashic, but different.
Ultimus thralls. And what of your mistress? Is she here?
Oh, no. She went to the garrison to ask what they were planning on doing about all this.
Then we'll look for her there.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're about to abandon. Like, what are they gonna do? Alright. Why we fight? Well, I mean, you run a whorehouse and you visit the garrison as to why they fight. I can only imagine.
We could leave.
Especially since that was like a whole part of the game. You'll put in a good word with the dame for me, huh?
Madame, please!
Half the garrison's been slaughtered by those things. We lost the captain this very morning.
We've tried requesting reinforcements, but there's been no word from the capital or the Dominion in days! What more would you have us do?
I would have you do your duty. Those at the Vale look to me for protection. And protect them I shall. Because they are my charges, and that is my duty. In case you have forgotten, the people of this town are your charges. But more than that, they are your people. Your sisters, your brothers, your lovers. So you have a choice. Lay down your sword and watch as they are slaughtered. Or take it up and do what is right.
Yeah, they're doomed. Well, I mean, we'll help somehow, but, you know.
It's the truth, you know. This here. It's all we have. It's all that's left.
What we have left is our lives. Do you really want us to lose them as well?
Not if we don't have to. Look, there's a cask under the captain's bunk. Let's talk about this over a drink, eh?
Yeah, I like booze, yeah.
I'll have a word with him.
Ah, Clive. I didn't expect help to arrive so quickly. And sought to take matters into my own hands.
It was a noble effort, but I thought we might still need some support.
How like you to consider my needs.
What we need to consider is where the creatures came from.
The way the survivors speak of them, one would think they appeared out of thin air. And perhaps they did. It's hard to know what to believe these days.
We'll talk to the survivors.
Okay. You alive there, buddy?
You're a pikeman, yes? What happened?
I've got family in Moor. I heard the flood was spreading, so I went to see if they were all right. And a pack of them glowing things found me in the meadow. I ran for my life. I never did get to the village.
Leave that to us.
Okay.
My family.
I'm sorry, darling. Don't leave me.
Yeah, they're doomed at that point. Surprised anyone even still lived in that capital. But, you know, I guess it's one of the few cities that isn't totally destroyed.
Creatures that attacked you.
Creatures? Yeah, they came out of nowhere. They went for Joseph first, then me, and then they were just gone.
Do you remember where you were?
On the road from Oriflamme. We just passed Moor when... Where's my Joseph?
It's all right. Just rest now.
Seems like Moore is having a massive attack of
At least we have an
Akashic.
idea of where the
Yeah.
things might be now. We should head for Moor.
Or not Akashic, Ultima's thralls. Same, more or less the same, kinda. Have we been to Moor? Yeah, it was the village with the stuff. Okay. Yeah, we've been to everything up here.
Soldiers were carrying another.
He didn't have any legs. Ah, God.
It was all they could do to escape.
Ready,
Okay.
girl? Run like the wind.
He actually gets to be the SpongeBob dude who screams my leg. Nah, that's fucked up. Okay, never mind. Take it back. Nah, actually, no, I don't. Fuck it. To be fair, this game hasn't been that gory and gruesome. What was the worst thing that happened? Hugo got his hands cut off, basically. They Jamie Lannistered him, and that's it. And implied Benedicta's head in a box. We didn't see anything. I wouldn't be surprised if someone does the camera trick and like hacks into the game and changes the camera and there's nothing in there. They should put like a sign in there that says you shouldn't be able to see that. Do like some horror game ARG shit and then crash the game. I never get sick of that, by the way. That's always great. Very nice. Alright, more. Next.
Should I try?
No.
Save your strength.
If anything, I'm the one that should be doing it. I don't seem to have any negatives from priming at all. Bye. Apparently it takes a really bad toll on her body, so I don't know.
It's over.
What the fuck? Oh, it's a lich. I'm sorry, it's a thrall lich. Big difference. Nice. Oh, that was beautiful. And then I missed it. And this is why I don't like to use moves outside of the stagger. So if you're wondering why I don't really use moves when there's ever a health bar dude around, this is why, because I didn't really get anywhere near as much worked. Who cares if your guard breaks on the last hit as long as you're not like severely punished for it? That's perfect. Ow, it didn't come out there. Oh well. Sure. Ah, I was a second late. Damn. And that's a perfect example of how you have iframes, even when you don't get the precision. It's actually interesting how those two windows are not one and the same. They don't overlap. Which I guess is helpful. So you still have iframes, like you have a set amount, and the precision is probably based on the attack. I don't know. It could be. It's interesting how that works out, because you could see the scythe went right through my head, and I just had iframes, so it didn't hit me.
There are always more.
I love that. I like interesting mechanics like that.
Then we should let Isabel know.
You have the town's thanks.
Don't thank us yet. There will be more. Many more. And you'll need to be ready for them.
Oh, we shall. Isn't that right, Captain?
Yes, Captain. Unbelievable.
The garrison will be ready.
Philippe here has convinced most of the men to remain at their posts. For now, at least.
Hearing that the Dane would look kindly on any man who committed himself to the task certainly didn't hurt. It's not the most selfless of motives, I'll admit. Whatever it takes, eh? Now me, I never needed convincing. I became a soldier to protect the people I love. The people I love include the ones standing before me.
Handsome and chivalrous.
Now, if you don't mind, I have sentries to post. Milady.
Lest you wonder, I'm not foolish enough to believe that this has solved all of my problems. But it has solved one. And that's one fewer than I had this morning. Thank you again, Clive.
Yep, pretty much. So everything we did was just to buy time, pretty much. So everyone is still in danger. We need to figure out something, which I don't know. Maybe we will, maybe we won't.
For now, at least. Let's go and put Otto's mind at rest.
All right, so we still can't deliver the payment, so we have to leave and then come back. So let's go back to the hideout. You know, Ultima's gonna show up at the hideout at some point. He can't be stupid. He knows we're here. He's just not pressing for him, you know? It's like when you need to go down to the dollar store to get a candy bar, and you're like, you know, I could wait a day or two. It's not a big deal.
I noticed you and Torgal had gone off somewhere. Take him for a walk, did you?
You could say that.
So, Molly's leftovers weren't good enough, eh? That'll teach me for treating you like you're still a pup. All right, all
Yeah,
right,
feed me.
No need to shout. Now I know what you're after, but I can see about getting some in.
Speaking of which, I brought one for later. Can I leave it with you?
Brought 5. Short of slaying a behemoth or a curl or a bison, a minotaur or an adamantoise, it won't be hard pressed to find a larger leg bone. This does not satisfy Torgal's ancestral hunger. Chances are nothing will. Yeah, here's 5. Just keep feeding it to him slowly.
You can, aye. Oh, nice like that. In return, you can thank Tomes for me. The bloody know-it-all.
I was just on my way to see him.
Alright.
Seems the hideaway is lost itself.
Is a storm coming, Sid?
No, probably something even worse.
Ah, Clive. Were you able to locate your quarry?
We were indeed, Lawsman. You pointed us in exactly the right direction. Torgal's been a very happy hound ever since.
Very good, very good.
Lady Karen sends her thanks, by the way, for your part in solving the mystery.
Ah. But that reminds me. After your last visit, I found myself pondering Torgal's talents. Do you recall our conversation concerning Lady Jill's role in Torgal's transformation?
About how she somehow woke the power within him.
Precisely that. A reasonable conclusion, I thought, but one which raised certain questions in my mind. You see, the Fenrir of legend served Shiva and Shiva alone, and while the powers attributed to him are certainly impressive, the records imply they are somewhat different in nature to those you described Torgal as having used.
What are you suggesting?
Torgal may be the beneficiary of more than one icon's
power. Ooh, okay.
That in addition to Lady Jill, he has served as a loyal companion to you, your brother, and even the late Sid. In short, the icons hitherto near at hand, or should I say at
So he's siphoned powers from all of us.
At plenty. And that number has only grown as the realm's dominance have fallen to your sword. One can but speculate as to how all of this has affected Torgal.
He has seemed more fierce of late.
And if I am not mistaken, he will grow fiercer still. We are fortunate indeed to be able to count him amongst our allies and not our adversaries.
Oh, he's more than an ally. He's a friend.
Yeah, final boss Torgal. So basically, he has the ability to siphon iconic powers from other icons. It just happened that Fenrir was near Shiva, I guess. Slightly increases Torgal's attack potency. I forget that he's even there sometimes. Alright. Let's give this to Blackthorn. I doubt we have anything else to upgrade or, you know, really do. So then after this, we'll just talk to Otto. Maybe that'll unlock this other quest, and then we can do that again.
If you're gonna buy some, be quick about it.
Low regeneration, heat wave. I don't use any of these moves. The Wages of Warcraft. Ability points earned in normal encounters by 20%. This might be worth getting. Increases guild. Yeah, there's better versions of the pre-order stuff. Maybe that's worth buying. I don't know. Do I really need more experience? Sure, why not? Let's just buy all these. Fuck it. Who cares?
It's rubbing me blind, you know.
We have all the money we need anyway.
I'll be here. It's rubbing me blind, you know.
Sure. Let's see. Healing potency of potions. Okay, so let's put this on. What was this again? Attack by 12. Who cares? What do you think is... I think experience. Even, like, both are plentiful. I think experience will matter more in the long run. Absolutely. Because, like, we don't need gil. I have more than enough gil. And then healing potions is just amazing. So, I haven't changed this in ages. There's nothing better so far. So yeah, that's why I don't come in that menu very often, because there's not really much to upgrade in this game.
Sorry for the wait, but hopefully you'll agree it was worth it.
You learned something about that sword then?
I did better than that.
There you go. We got the whetstone in question.
Whetstone? Yes. But not one you'll find anywhere in Valisthea.
No wonder I couldn't get the same finish on the grinding wheel. One hit and all done, eh? Won't it be so bad if all we ever fought were duels? Good luck on the battlefield. Your second opponent will be your last, no matter how good you are.
Yeah, exactly. Like, then your weapon's broken.
Is there some way it could be used to give the curse breakers an edge?
I think so, yeah. With this whetstone and the right kind of steel, I could probably even make a twin of the blade to rattle me. But there'd be no replacing this little rock once I worn it down to a sliver. I reckon we get a dozen swords from it, if that. Swords that the curse breakers wouldn't know how to wield properly, and that would see them through a single fire piece. Nah, no point trying to copy that thing. Be about as much use as a wax anvil. But finishing our blades with a whetstone is fine. Now that's something to consider. And what's finer than fallen masonry, eh? Or more hard wearing for that matter. Just imagine it. Good Valisthean steel with an edge as sharp as any found in the Outer Isles. I won't make a copy now. I'll make something much better.
I'm sure the curse breakers will be delighted. Just don't push yourself too hard.
Don't you worry about me, sunshine. I've been working day and night since I was half your age, and I'll still be here when you're long gone. Hey, thanks, Clive. I mean it. I owe you one. August 2. It's good to know someone's looking out for me.
You'll be happy to hear you said that.
Yep, very nice.
I'll see that my debt to you's paid. First new blade I make's got your name on it. You come and find me when you've got the materials.
Right.
I wonder what materials we need. There's that one thing that we need orichalcum and other things for from hunts. It's probably like a very end game item. Excalibur. Oh, well, there you go. There's never like multiple parts. You just unlock it and then immediately you get the recipe. So what do we need for Excalibur? Let's see. They should have Excalibur available as well.
Same for you, dear.
Oh, we have enough. It's actually, I guess we make it and then we upgrade it. Yeah, sure.
No scratches, right?
No. It's worse. Well, maybe we need to craft it to make something better later on. That could be it as well. Yeah, see? We need a stained loincloth and a morble feather, or a morble flower, and orichalcum, which are all rare. Okay. Well, we made Excalibur. It's not much better. And there's no side quest from the missives, so... Alright, let's save. And then really quickly, I'm going to go get something to eat. And then when we continue, I'm going to play this for maybe like another couple hours, just so that way I make good progress on it. Because we are making good progress. Maybe that one Bahamut move might be decent. I don't know. I kind of think I'm fine the way I am with the moves I have. They're quick. They're quick to activate. They're good. I don't really have to worry too much. All right, I'll be back in a bit.